All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Jen Knox, and I am very excited to be teaching for Gemini Inc. this spring. I'm going to be bringing wellness to writers, and I was asked to share a little bit of my own work with you, and I'll say a few words about the workshop as well. Pardon the lighting in here, but I am in a hotel room in San Miguel de Allende right now at a writing conference, and this is the best I can do. All right, so I'm going to read a little bit from my new novel, We Arrive Uninvited. And this is a novel that I wrote based on some emotions that I felt as a young child. My grandmother was schizophrenic, and I remember thinking she was not mentally ill, she was magical. And this whole novel explores that concept through the lens of two women's lives. So I'm just going to read about a page, or a little bit less than a page. This is from chapter 2, and this is from the perspective of the grandmother. The dead are tricksters. They enjoy whispering inconvenient truths. For this reason, or maybe to mess with me, they visit when I'm brushing my teeth or mid-conversation. Even when I was younger, when I didn't yet understand, they'd interrupt me mid-shore. Now they speak loudest when I'm somewhere between consciousness and sleep, when my guard is down. My daughter, Celine, arrived the same way. It was the anniversary of her corporeal death, and she appeared with a wisp of light. She told me to expect a visitor, and I immediately knew who it was. I wanted her to stay to discuss, but she was still angry at me for trying to intervene the day that she died. Have you been visiting them? The girls, I asked. The question earned a sheepish smile, so I began my plea. As a mother, you would have done the same. And just like that, just as quickly as she arrived, my daughter was gone. That night I dreamed of pressing my palms into a willow oak's bark until I became the tree, rooting into the earth. When I woke, it took time to orient to my room. The Lavender House, a mental health facility for the elderly, provided us single-serve coffee pots after we exhibited good behavior for 6 months. I had one of the smallest rooms, and I kept my journals on the nightstand, so I had to keep the coffee pot on the mat on the floor. As I examined my appearance in a handheld mirror, trying to ignore the peeling wallpaper in the background, as my single-serve coffee brewed on the linoleum, I pulled 3 goddess cards and wrote an affirmation on the mirror in erasable marker. I wasn't allowed to light candles, so I imagined the full ritual, the welcoming. I was still in my nightclothes on a pile of pillows on the floor when a nurse I'd never seen arrived and glanced at my affirmation, which was illegible to anyone but me. She kindly insisted on shoving pills down my throat like the rest of them. I slid the small pink ovals to the top right quadrant of my gums as I drank the full paper cup of water. This nurse wore all white with polka dot socks, but her energy was red. Her blood pressure was high. I don't like you, I said. What did I do? Amelia, she stammered, double-checking her chart. I sized her up, answering with a shrug. This woman was a maker. She would be happier if she started selling crocheted purses or monogrammed mugs. She wasn't a caretaker. She was destined to create things that people could use with mild entertainment or pick up while on vacation. Designing monogram mugs would make her joyful. This work, on the other hand, would kill her. You really don't like me? She asked. I took a breath and spoke from my diaphragm so my voice wouldn't shake. I don't like the pills. I don't like the walls in here. I don't like much about this place, and you are a part of it. When she nodded as though she understood, I pedaled back. I think you should find new work. Old crazies like myself know a few things. I don't understand, she said, circling aggressive on my daily summary sheet. I saw a scale for paranoia and hygiene as well. My diagnosis was schizophrenia, which is what the doctors labeled anyone they didn't understand. Years earlier, the word had been mania, before that, hysteria. Softening my tone, I said, my granddaughter will be visiting me soon. She's a special girl. That's good. How old is she? She asked with a half smile. She glanced at my fingernails, then my hair. She circled acceptable under hygiene. So that's my reading. So that's who I am as a writer. And as an educator, I do blend wellness with writing. I teach mindfulness, I teach meditation, and not just through those particular modalities, but I think writing itself is a channel for our energy, and that if we don't channel what we pull in from the world, it can sometimes build up in our system and weigh us down. This is my own personal belief, and so I'm going to talk about everything from writer's block to how to deal with success as a writer in our workshop. And I truly hope to see you there. So, again, this novel is We Arrive Uninvited. I am Jen Knox, Knox, and I hope to see you there. Thank you, Gemini Inc., and thank you all for listening.